Hi, second graders. Welcome to 16.2, telling time before and after the hour. Let's get started. Words to know. Say it. Words to know. Minute.
Minute.
Hour.
Hour.
Okay, let's remind ourselves. Which hand tells us the minute? The long or the short? The long. Which one tells us the hour? The short.
Look at the times. How many minutes after the hour is each time? Let's find out.
So, how many minutes after the hour is each time? Let's find out.
What time does the first clock show?
So, first let's think about it. Which one's the shorthand tell us? The shorthand tells us the hour. So it's 1 o'clock. 1 is the hour. And then we need to do minutes, which is along. 5, 10, 15. It is 1:15.
The first clock shows 1:15. How many minutes after 1 is this time?
So it's just how many minutes it is. So it's 5, 10, 15 minutes after 1.
It is 15 minutes after 1. You can also say 1:15.
So remember in the last video how Mrs. Isham showed you how you split your clock up kind of like a pizza. It's a quarter, so if this circle is split up into 4, is 15 minutes each quarter. And so it's 1:15.
What time does the next clock show?
Let's see. So our hour, remember our hour is a shorthand. It's now in between the 1 and the 2. So if it's not quite to the next number, it always goes back to the last hour. So it's 1 still. 1. Let's count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30. It is 1:30.
The next clock shows 1:30.
The next clock shows 1:30.
How many minutes after 1 is this time?
So if it's 1:30, 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes after 1.
It is 30 minutes after 1.
So, and let's cut our clock in half. So if let's pause. How many minutes are in the whole entire clock? 60. What's half of 60? We know 3 plus 3 is 6. So half of 60 is 30. Okay, so it's half past the hour, which is 1. So we say 1:30.
You can also say 1:30.
Can we say that? 1:30.
What time does the last clock show?
Okay, what time does the last clock show? Now here, this can be super, super confusing. Let's look at our hour hand. It's not quite yet to the 2. It's super, super close, but it's not there yet. So it's still the hour of 1. 1, let's count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. The time is 1:50.
The last clock shows 1:50. It is 50 minutes after 1.
50 minutes after 1. Now, we are going to go into after and before here, the hour. Remind me, how many minutes are in the whole entire clock? If I was the minute hand, how many minutes would I go until I get all the way back to where I started? It'd be 60 minutes. So how many more minutes would I be before the next hour? So you can count on 5, 10. It's 10 minutes before 2, the next hour.
You can use the word after to tell each time. Times after the half hour are often read as times before the next hour.
Okay, now this can get kind of confusing. So if you have after the 6 here, the half hour, 30 minutes, they usually say it to the next hour. So it's say before. So, you know, for the last one I just taught you, it's 10 minutes before 2. We're going to learn how to do it for these here.
Times after the half hour refer to times from 30 to 59 minutes after the hour.
So anytime it's over on this side, we will say before the next hour.
What time does the first clock show?
So remember, our hour hand is a shorthand, and it looks like it's in between the 3 and the 4. So if it's in between two numbers, you always go back to the smaller number. So it's 3, and we're going to do to 5, count on 5 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's 3:30. You can also say half past 3, or you can say 30 minutes till 4.
The first clock shows 3:30. How many minutes before 4 is this time?
So if it's 30, we can count on here. So 30. So you can also go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 minutes till 4.
It is 30 minutes before 4. What time does the next clock show?
All right. Look at here. Our hour hand. Oh, again, this can be very tricky. It's in between 3 and 4. It's not to the 4 yet. It may look like it's pretty much at the 4, but it's still the hour before. So it's 3, and let's count. 5, so we go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. It is 3:45.
The next clock shows 3:45.
Now we're going to find out how many minutes before 4. Now what Mrs. Isham does is I'm just going to, where our minute hand is, I'm going to count on to the 12, to the new hour. So it's 5, 10, 15. It's 15 minutes before 4 o'clock.
How many minutes before 4 is this time?
We just counted. Let's do it again. Ready? 5, 10, 15. 15 minutes.
It is 15 minutes before 4. You can also say 3:45.
Yeah, we can say 3:45. Can you say it? 3:45. Great job.
What time does the last clock show?
The last clock. Ooh, again, it looks super close to the 4, but it's not yet to the 4. It has to go to the hour before. So it's 3. Let's count. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. It's 3:50. Now,
the last clock shows 3:50.
Now, it's going to ask how many minutes before the next hour. So the next hour is 4. So let's count how many minutes till it is 4 o'clock. I start here. 5, 10. 10 minutes before 4.
How many minutes before 4 is this time?
Remember, you start at the minute hand where you're at and count on to the 12 because that's when you get o'clock, 0, 0. 5, 10.
It is 10 minutes before 4. You can use the word before to tell each time. You have learned how to tell time using after and before.
Okay, let's get out our magazine. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to give you a time and you're going to tell me how many minutes for number 1 after it is. Alrighty, ready. Okay, so what time is it first? Remember, the shorthand tells us the hour. The longhand tells us the minutes. So the shorthand is pointing to the 6. And then we're going to count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's our minute. It's 6:25. Now we're going to fill this out here. Blank minutes after blank. So how many minutes after the hour? So our hour is 6. And how many minutes after 6 is it? Look here. 25. So say this with me. It's 25 minutes after 6. Let's say it one more time. Ready? 25 minutes after 6. All right, I'm going to get a new marker. This might get a little confusing. Alrighty, alrighty. So that's our new time. It is, what's our hour? 1, 2. And then here's 30. We could go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. But we know 6 is 30, 30, 35, 40. It is 2:40. Should have done this on number 3. 2:40. So the blank minutes after blank. So how many minutes is it? 40. 40 minutes after, what's our hour? 2. Now how many minutes till the next hour? Our next hour is going to be 3 because that's 2, 3. 3 always comes next. I count on 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 minutes, I can write this. 20 minutes before 3. Alright, I'm going to do new paper. Okay. Pause. Okay, let's do, I think I have time for one more. I can only do so many minutes on this for free. Alright, let's do una más. Here we have our shorthand, which is the hour, and the longhand, which is the minute. Our hour is pointing to the 3. I'm going to do it down here because I want to. And our minute hand is pointing to, yeah, you can go back and count on each 5, but we know 60 minutes here. So this is 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. It is 3:55. 55 minutes both after the hour, which is 3. Now, you can count on, so start from your minute and get how many minutes to the next hour. This is always going to be our new hour here. So 5. 5 minutes before, what's our new hour? What comes after 3 here? 4. 5 minutes before 4. All right, let's take a quick look to the inside, maybe. You're just going to tell me the quarter to, quarter past, 10 minutes before, or after. All right, I gotta go. Okay, bye.